structurally we are a very lean organization. We don't believe in redundant things. We almost consider every teacher, every headmaster in the system to be our own resource. So that has enabled us to work with just a token number of mentors, we call mentors, who visit the schools periodically to see how the program is running, with one chief executive to run the entire program, and we don't have any other supplementary staff. So we leave it to the schools to decide how they would like to proceed further with the resources that we deploy in their respective schools to improve the standard of education. And this has enabled us to seek support over a very wide range of donors, and most of them, as we rightly expected, were very excited about two things. The first is what I was been just mentioning, that we are able to achieve all this at a very, very nominal cost in a very sustainable manner, and ensuring very little wastage of the resources in the process, because that concept of doing things in the most economic manner we have instilled into the staff and the headmasters and the teachers right from the beginning. Even today you will find that in many of our schools to whom we release the funds on a monthly basis, almost like an imprest, you will find them mostly cash surplus every month, which shows that they have acquired that responsibility to spend money, and they just don't spend the money just because it happens to be there. They know that if they spend the money, it should be in such a way that it really goes towards making the child better educated. And that once we have brought about that change in the mindset, we don't have to worry too much about how the money gets spent, because we know that the schools will not unnecessarily go on and misuse the resource that we are deploying in them. That is one of the reasons why we are able to access and succeed with a very broad range of donors. And the second thing that really sets us apart is the transparency with which we run this whole setup. For example, we publish our financial results, which is something which nobody does in this field. Nobody does. We publish our financial results in terms of the expenditure per child, with a specific statement that this expense is incurred, being specifically incurred towards achieving a specific objective. The objective is spelled out on a numerical basis. We don't just say the schools are better than what they were last year, because all our goals, we ensure that the goals are spelled out in a manner that they are measurable, quantifiable. Once we have got quantifiable targets, once we also quantify the resources that we are willing to deploy towards achieving those quantifiable targets, then people are really excited about it, because they do not come across this combination very frequently, where people commit themselves a known amount of money towards getting a very clearly set set of targets. Often we have been asked, does this mean that you have to be spending whatever money you are spending for eternity in these schools, and is there an end to this? Again, we have gone very deeply into this, and we are perhaps the only organization to come up with a clearly defined exit strategy. We tell all prospective donors and also the schools who are really the part of this program, we tell them that we intend to support you for a known period, a prescribed period like 3, 4, 5 years. We tell them at the end of 5 years we expect you to be self-reliant. Now we have got number of strategies under this. What are all the possibilities that exist for the schools to become self-reliant if we decide to withdraw from the field? They are spelled out very clearly in our website. This only goes to show that this is a highly professional effort towards finding a solution for the public education system. It is not that we are trying to just pump in money and get some very what shall I say, very vague set of results. We are trying to make sure that almost at every one of the steps we fulfill the expectations of good business management, because in the end that is what it all means or amounts to. In my opinion, running a school is no different from running a good industry or a good hospital. Ultimately it is a question of good man management, ensure that the resources are most optimally utilized, and see to it that the stakeholders' expectations are fully met. That is what it is all about. So I think that is what we are trying to do in this program, ensure that the resources are deployed in the most optimal manner and we get the best results